What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 11 words Americans love asking Brits to say. So not only are you going to have Lost and Pond explain it to us and say it, we're both going to give it a go at saying it. And
yeah, we may actually have different pronunciations of it than he does.
Potentially.
Ourselves.
Yeah, we may have different, like grass and grass. You say grass, don't you? I say grass. What other ones? Bath.
Yeah, I say bath.
You say bath. I say bath.
Path.
Path. We could do this all day with words ending up or off.
Funny, not funny.
She's a funny one, isn't she? Let's get into it. 11 words Americans love Brits. Love asking Brits to say. If you guys enjoy this content, the banter between me and Millie and these little ones like this, smash the like button. Let us know in the comments that you enjoy it, because the more they let us know,
the more we'll do it.
Exactly. Finish my sentences. We're at that stage where we finish your sentences. Smash that like button, guys. Smash the subscribe button, and let's check out 11 words Americans love asking Brits to say.
It's an old video.
Yeah, definitely.
I can tell the intro is kind of
very old school. That's a young Lawrence.
Well, to be fair, that is what you get for interbreeding a dog with a cat. So, oh hello, this is Lawrence Brown with Lost in the Pond. Today, on this video, I'm going to be discussing some of those words that Americans so often get us Brits to say quite a lot. Now, just to be clear, before I go ahead, this is not a video about exclusively British words, but rather words that both Brits and Americans use, but that Americans somehow derive a great deal of humour from when they hear people like me, with my accent, saying them. Basically, and any Brit that is watching this that has interacted with an American at any point in time will know this to be true. Americans very, very often like to say something along the lines of, I wish I could just stick you in the corner and listen to you speak. Which
I have
is not
heard
at all
from
offensive.
Americans
Now,
that they wanted me to be like on record, so they could just listen to your accent over and over again.
I mean, you guys in the comments always say they could just sit here listen to our accent. Again, very contrasting British accents as well, which I think is quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Word up here is squirrel, weirdly enough.
Squirrel?
And this suggestion comes from Stacey in...
How do you say it?
Squirrel.
Maybe a bit louder.
Squirrel.
Okay.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
We say it again?
Squirrel. Squirrel.
I feel like you had a W in there somewhere.
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel.
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 I think we say the same.
It sounds weird now.
Let us know in the comments if we say the same or not, because we said it way too many times. You just got in a bit
of an accent, I think.
Yeah. Squirrel. I don't know. We're
going
to be on the first word for hours at this rate.
Salt Spring Island, Canada. The word squirrel, I thought nothing of this pronunciation. I just assumed everybody said it pretty much like I do now. Squirrel. Squirrel. And then I realised how Americans say it, and it's more like squirrel, which kind of sounds like you're pronouncing the word squirrel with a bunch of nuts in your mouth.
Yeah, I heard a squirrel.
Squirrels do, although they don't talk, so that wouldn't make any sense. So, number 2 is mobile, which comes up a lot in conversations about.
They call it a mobile.
Do you call it mobile?
They do. They do in the movies.
And then we just say mobile, don't we?
Mobile.
Yeah, we just say mobile.
Is between British and American English, mainly because, of course, Americans use cell phones, British people use mobile phones, but that's not where the differences end. In fact, the main difference here in this particular word is the pronunciation of it, and I think that's why Americans are so ready to hear me say it, because I say mobile, as I said, but Americans, they like to say mobile when referring to things
Watch
that
too many
move
movies.
or to the phone itself. Unless you're down in Alabama where there's a city spelt exactly the same way, pronounced mobile, and that is why this word makes my brain melt through my nose all the time. True story, a few days ago I put out a video of me in the bath, and one of the comments after that was, how do you, Lawrence, pronounce the word bath, even though they'd just seen the video in which I pronounced.
So he pronounced it like me.
Yeah, I'd say bath.
2v1, you say bath. Bath. Can you hear the difference? I want to know if everyone else can hear the difference.
Bath.
Bath. I think you
definitely can hear the difference.
But not all the time. Not all the time.
No.
Some people can't even understand me at all, but say they need subtitles.
Yeah, so they don't, some people don't even know what you're talking about.
Exactly. So Lawrence says it's the same as me, though.
The word bath multiple times. As you can see, I say it as bath, not too dissimilar in fact to how most Americans would say it. I think they're expecting me to extend the A like a lot of people in the South do, but I'm from the North. And we do things differently in the North.
I'm from the North as well.
Learn that, perhaps, if you care to. And so, watching the look of disappointment on the face of the odd American, sometimes very odd American, as they ask me to pronounce this, is heartbreaking in many ways. I don't say Bath, I say Bath. But I imagine to all the sort of southern British people that get that question, it probably brings an ounce of glee to the American that hears it. So keep doing it.
It's just normal, though.
Speaking of bath, you can't really have a bath without water, unless you're my cats. They do that all
How'd you say water?
Water.
We say the same, don't we? Yeah, we say that the same.
the time. And as you heard just there, I
I
pronounce...
think, what Lawrence could say, I think they want us to say water.
Water.
Because I do know some people who just say water. But that is a thing, isn't it? Pass us some
Yeah, but
water.
I feel like they're... Water.
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 Yeah, I mean, yeah, I say
I said water.
We both say water all the time, but those people will say water. Definitely. And I feel like that's where he's going to go down.
Pronounce it, of course, water, just like most British people. As I pointed out in my last video, the word water and my pronunciation of it can cause a lot of confusion, actually, particularly for waiters that are serving me, when they'll ask me, you know, what do you want for drink? And I'll say, water. What? Water. What? Water. What? Water. Oh. Would you like lemon or lime with that, sir? Just... But it's the more discerning Americans among you that stop me in the street if you recognize me. Still, nobody does. And you get me to say that very word until I literally cry all of the water out of my body. Thankfully, I don't drive, so I don't have to deal with this word all that often, and I don't own my own house, so I don't have an attached garage, as I would say.
Garage.
But you know what?
How do you say it?
Garage.
Yeah, garage.
They say garage.
Do you? Oh, okay, they just pronounce it a bit more, extend it.
Between you and me, this is actually one of those words that I think actually sounds a little less elegant when the British say it. Garage. I'm going to park the car in the garage.
Garage.
Americans
Maybe
do what
abrupt.
Southerners in England do with the word bath. Bath. They extend the A. Garage. It's a mouthful, though, the way they say, isn't it? Because it's like, I'm going to park the car in the garage.
Takes an
Then
hour.
I'm going to lift up the boot and the bonnet, and I'm going to check the windscreen to make sure...
It's got a really good American
that
accent.
That's what I was
though.
just thinking.
is working correctly. None of that made sense, but I just wanted to sort of convey what it would sound like if an American started talking about car stuff in British terminology. Ah, the classic tomato. You
How do you say it?
Tomato.
Tomato as well. I don't say tomato. I assume Americans
Yeah,
say
they
tomato.
say tomato, I say tomato. Well, it's true, actually, yes. I do say tomato. Funny story, I was in Subway once, and I was ordering a sandwich, which is generally what you do. I think that the sandwich maker had worked out that I was English very early on in the sandwich making process. Probably actually before I even got to the cheese. Well, we got further down the line, and apparently the cogs were turning in her head. She knew. She was waiting. She was waiting for the moment that I got to tomato to hear me say it that way. But here's a bit of a twist. I'd been burned so many times on that word here with Americans that I'd actually reverted to saying tomato. Kind of like how with water I had to, I did that with tomato as well. So when it came time to tell her to put the tomato on my sandwich, I disappointed the crap out of her by saying tomato. She tried to charge me extra. Of course, there's so much more to that.
Potato?
No, I think they call it like potato.
We just say potato, don't we?
Potato, yeah.
Yeah, Lawrence will tell us what they say. How do you think they say it?
Potato.
So you just said potato with an accent there. Isn't it like potato?
There's no way they call that a potato.
We'll see.
I think
we'll
it
see.
is
Song, tomato. There's the second part where it says, you say potato, I say potato.
No
I
way.
don't say potato. Who the hell says
Exactly,
potato?
they don't.
I don't think anybody...
They think British people say potato.
Oh.
And yeah, we say potato.
We just say
in the
potato.
world says potato. Except maybe a kid trying to learn how to say it. Even they wouldn't. That's too complex. That's stupid. Whoever wrote that song needs to really think about their linguistic choices in life. Vitamin is great, because this is another one.
Vitamin.
Yeah, they say vitamin, don't they? Probably the vi.
We'd say vitamin.
Vitamin, same as Lawrence. This was in a video recently, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's like a couple of differences in there. Firstly, of course, there is the fact that I pronounce the T and most of you guys don't. You guys meaning Americans. I don't mean to generalise you, but...
Yeah, we're British.
But I do.
Yeah.
But the biggest difference here, of course, is how we pronounce the first I in the word. So as you heard right there, I would say which sounds like an embarrassing sex noise. Whereas Americans would say I. They're obsessed with I, it sounds like. I. And sticking with food-related stuff is the word herb. And as you heard just there...
Yeah, herb instead of our and honour. We have been over this on the channel, so we won't go over it too much, but we say herb.
Yep.
I pronounced it with an H at the beginning, because there's an H there. That's probably something you should do. Although, to be fair, this is something that a lot of Americans may not know about us Brits. We often pronounce the word H as H. We put an H on the word H, which there isn't one, actually, weirdly enough. This is getting all confusing.
Yeah.
But it's herb. Herb. Although we don't pronounce the R in herb, us Brits, either. Unless you're from the West Country.
You
might then.
Herb.
And you might drop the H.
Herb.
Yeah, I think we do.
Herb.
Maybe we don't. Is that the R in there?
Herb. Yeah, I was just saying heb.
I don't know. I'm something I get
heb.
I think he's accidentally dropped. I don't know what he's done there. We definitely say herb.
Herb. I mean,
yeah, we definitely pronounce it off 100%.
It was a nice herb that I put on my, I don't know, toast. Why would you put herbs on toast? What am I? Next up, right on schedule, is the word schedule. Now, I am often goaded.
Schedule.
I know this because I say schedule.
Schedule.
And at work, I get blasted all the time. Like, well, not blasted, but they take the mick out of me and go, that's the American way. It's schedule.
Oh, I say schedule.
I say schedule, but that is the American way, apparently.
Really?
Schedule. Yeah, because at work.
I say, can you look at my schedule? Oh, yeah, that sounds really American, doesn't it?
Yeah, schedule is what...
Schedule.
I'm 99% sure schedule is American, but I say that on a day-to-day basis.
I say schedule.
And schedule is the English
Do you know what,
version.
actually? I think I've heard people over here say what is it?
Schedule.
Why would you say that? That's so difficult.
Yeah, like at work all the time, if I say, have you got that schedule? He'll just look at me.
I'll go schedule.
The person sat next to me will just look at me until I auto-correct myself and go, oh, sorry, keep past that schedule, and then he'll give it me.
Schedule.
Schedule
is schedule.
Saying this word for Americans, it's quite embarrassing because not only do they giggle, but they tell me that I'm incorrect, and then I can't really rebut them on that, because if you look at the word historically, it actually originates from Greek, and typically speaking, a lot of Greek loanwords that begin with SCH, like the word school, are pronounced sk. Schedule in this case.
That's what we say.
Whereas it's words like schmaltz that came from German that get that kind of sh sound. So really, I think Americans, I'll give you this one, you win, but don't get used to it. Remember, you may have won the War of Independence, but we re-invaded you with the Beatles and Harry Potter and David Beckham and everything cool from England. Me.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Right? And finally, this word, probably some...
Brilliant. They say brilliant, I think.
How do we say it?
Brilliant.
Brilliant. What do they say? Brilliant.
Brilliant. That's
It
brilliant.
sounds the same, just with an accent.
comes up this little fella.
I think we pronounce the
who
I after the second L.
Do
It's
they-
like
do
brilliant.
they not? Okay.
Brilliant. They say brilliant.
Okay.
so much.
Or I've just...
is the word brilliant. I don't know why it is, but Americans really like to hear me say brilliant. When I was working as a supervisor once here in America for a company, I was presiding over hundreds of workers, and I often said that phrase if they, did a good job. I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. And they would giggle, and then they would come back to me the next day and ask me to say it again and again until we got no work done. It was the most unproductive time of my life. Where you going, Cat? Oh, okay. Brilliant. But Americans don't really sort of say it any differently, really. I mean, I suppose sometimes they might not pronounce the T at the end. I think.
Yeah, you just saying it with an accent.
Yeah.
They just like the context in which I say it. I have heard Americans start to say it in that context, that something is amazingly good, that it's brilliant. But more often than not, I think Americans use it to mean that someone is brilliant, as in they're quite smart, a brilliance about them intellectually. But what I would advise right now, if you're watching this video, even if you just think my cat is cute and nothing else is really grabbing you, share this video right now with the
Well, we'll leave that there. It is the outro. Check Lawrence's channel out. It's a very old school video. He's got some nice new ones as well. Links will be in the description. Awesome.
Yeah, good, yeah. I feel like
Learn
a lot
some
of them,
new things.
Yeah, a lot of them like we knew, but weren't too sure how the Americans pronounced
Well,
it.
a few of them you knew, which I didn't, and I knew,
Yeah.
which you didn't. So
Yeah.
we could help each other out there. Hopefully you guys have learned something new, or just enjoyed listening to us and Lawrence say it. If you have, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button as well. You're absolute legends, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.